right, so you're going to take your 3 papers, and along each of those dotted lines, you're going to fold. We'll start with our 1. Just fold right along top so you can see the dots. Okay, so there's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Okay. Now you're going to start with your identity commutative. This is going to go inside your inverse associative. So it goes inside like that. Okay? Then this whole thing goes inside this one. So now you have a nice little booklet. So make sure that's all together. You're going to take your stapler and staple it together. So now we have our nice booklet. Okay, so under properties of equality, we're going to deal with the inverse. So we have our additive and our multiplicative. So the additive inverse is what adds to equal 0. So A plus what equals 0? Well, that's just negative A. So this is the opposite. It's our other way to say the additive inverse. For multiplicative, it's what multiplies. To equal, and instead of 0, multiplication, we want to equal 1. So A times what equals 1? If we think about it, that's just 1 over A. You may have also heard this called the reciprocal. Okay, so that's our additive and our multiplicative inverse. So we've already talked about the next one, which is the identity. So the identity is what adds to remain the same. So basically when I add to A, still equals A. And that's just 0. So we would say that 0 is the identity. So in addition, 0 is the identity. In multiplication, it's what multiplies. To remain the same. So A multiplied by what is still equal to A? This is just 1. So we would say 1 is the identity. Okay, so that's our additive and our multiplicative identity. Now we're going to talk about the commutative. So commutative is where order doesn't matter. On addition, this is saying that 2 plus 3 Well, that's the same thing as 3 plus 2. Or if I solve it out, it's just 5 is equal to 5. And that's true. Algebraically, we would say A plus B is equal to B plus A. And similar idea for multiplication. This is if we said 2 times 3, that should be equal to 3 times 2. And if we actually multiply, that would be 6 and 6, which is equal. Algebraically, this would be AB is equal to BA. We don't even need the multiplication sign in the middle. So the next one, our associative property. This is how are they associated? So in addition, let's say I have 2 plus, parentheses, 3 plus 5. I want to know, is it the same if I change my parentheses? Let's say I have 2 plus 3 and then plus 5. Well, if I do my order of operations, parentheses first, I would have 2 plus 8. And let's say that's equal, parentheses first, to 5 plus 5. Well, 2 plus 8 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. Those are, in fact, equal. Algebraically, we would say this is A plus, in parentheses, B plus C is equal to parentheses A plus B plus C. For multiplication, this is saying if I have 2 multiplied by 3 times 5 in parentheses, that should be equal to 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. So let's do order of operations. This will be 2 multiplied by 15. Should be equal to, in parentheses, 2 times 3 is 6 multiplied by 5. Well, 2 times 15, that is 30. And 6 times 5, that is also 30. So that is in fact true. So we would say that this could be A, we don't even need the dots, times BC is equal to AB times C. So I want you to do, you're going to take your glue stick, and you are going to actually glue this into your notebook.